everybody, it's Rocky and I am here with another holiday video recipe. So today we're going to be making some classic stuffing, and the way we're going to put a healthy twist on this one is instead of using bread, we're going to use quinoa. So you can basically take any of your family stuffing recipes and use all of those ingredients that you usually use with the exception of the bread. You just want to swap that out and instead use quinoa. Super easy, so let's just get started.
First things first, we're going to prep our quinoa. I'm just tossing down some quinoa into a saucepan and adding some chicken broth. And you can use veggie broth or turkey or beef, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to spray down a little bit of olive oil spray to avoid any sticking. Bringing up the water to a boil, and once it boils, I'm just going to go ahead and turn down the heat to a simmer, cover it, and let it cook for about 15 minutes or until all that liquid has evaporated. I'm taking my chicken sausages and just removing the casings and just giving them a rough chop. And by the way, I'm using these chicken sausages that I got from Trader Joe's. It's like this apple and Chardonnay chicken sausage. I sprayed down a skillet with some olive oil spray, and right now I'm just tossing down our chicken sausages, and I'm just kind of like with a spatula just kind of breaking them up a little bit. If your skillet gets dry, go ahead and just pour in a little chicken broth to moisten up the bottom of that pan. It looks like our quinoa is done. It's nice and fluffy, so I'm just go ahead and set that aside, and then back to our chicken sausage. I'm spraying down the middle of that skillet and adding in some chopped celery and chopped onion. To that, I'm adding some poultry seasoning, some black pepper, and giving that a little bit of a mix. I'm just going to go ahead and let this cook until the veggies have softened a bit. And again, if your skillet gets dry, go ahead and drizzle down some chicken broth. In a rather large bowl, I'm going to go ahead and toss down our quinoa and our sausage mix. And giving that a little bit of a mix around right there. Adding a little bit of salt to taste. And some chicken broth just to kind of moisten that up a little bit. And I almost forgot the sage. That's almost like the most important part to a stuffing is the sage. And I'm just giving it a nice little mix. And then I sprayed down a casserole dish, and I'm going ahead and laying down our stuffing right on top. And this will go into a 350-degree oven for about half an hour. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. It was actually done about 20 minutes, but I let it cook for like another 10 minutes just to kind of get a little bit crispy. But if you can see the sausage in there and the chunks of celery, and there's some onion. It tasted divine. And if you are a stuffing lover, you just cannot go wrong with this. And this is so much more of a healthier option. And I swear, if there's any stuffing lovers in your family, they will not miss the bread. So give it a shot. If you do, let me know what you think. And until next time, enjoy.
Alright, so here's Rich tasting the quinoa stuffing. First reaction?
Very nice. I like the sausage.
Yeah, it's a chicken smoked apple Chardonnay sausage from Trader Joe's.
Very nice. It's got a strong stuffing type flavor. So
Yeah, it's the poultry and the sage.
it definitely tastes like kind of like a I don't know, traditional stuffing that is almost like rice because of the quinoa.
Yeah. Okay, so the only thing that's the ingredients that you would normally use. I didn't use butter, though. I just used olive oil. But the only thing I swapped out was the bread for quinoa. But what do you think? Do you think like a stuffing lover would appreciate this?
I would think so. I mean, it tastes like a stuffing. I mean, the only texture difference is that it's not quite as squishy as a bread. But I mean, if you're into stuffing and you're one of those people that really like stuffing,
I love stuffing. That's why I needed to do
and you want something healthy, this to me is a a very nice stuffing.
It's totally. It's totally. It tastes like a stuffing. It's all the flavors are there. You know, you have the celery, the onion, the sage, the poultry seasoning. I mean, that's basically.
Yeah, it's almost got a nice little crispness, char to it.
Yep. And put it at 350 for half an hour. I checked it at 20 minutes, but I wanted a little bit more, you know, because usually a good stuffing has a little bit of crispness to it, you know, crispness to it. So I think if you're like me, and my favorite part of the holidays is the stuffing. I mean, that's all. You can keep the turkey, you can keep the ham, you can keep the sweet potatoes. As long as I have my stuffing, I'm happy. So I totally need to find like a good healthy substitute for stuffing, for, you know, a good option for stuffing. And I think this is it. I mean, all the taste elements are there. The only thing we did was swap out, you know, the bread for quinoa. So this is just like the ingredients that my mom would typically use. But I mean, just think of like whatever family recipe or your favorite stuffing recipe is, and incorporate that, but just use the quinoa. So there you go.